Well, how do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm doing a little bit of sort of gaming sort of news. Let me just put some music on in the background, shall we? So there we go. Let's go in here, grab into there, and let's open up Winamp. Okay, so Winamp should load up on my screen in a moment, and I'll play a little bit of music in the old background. There we go. Hopefully you can hear that in a second. There we are. Oh, it's coming out of my PC rather than my speakers. And there we are. Done, Dillian, done! Okay. Okay. Righto. So, what have I got for you this week, people inside the Viewerverse? Well, we'll jump over onto entertainment news because I've been watching some bits that I would say have been entertaining on the old streaming services. Let's go bring up my old TV. Chicka-pow. And the first trailer that I've got to play for you at the moment is Acolyte, and this is episode 4. Now, episode 4 of the Acolyte I don't think was as bad as episode 3. Episode 3 broke a lot of lore. It upset a lot of people. Episode 4, it's still got a few bits that are a bit broken in there. I mean, we know that May has already thrown a dagger into the heart of a Jedi, convinced another Jedi to poison himself. That, in my eyes, is a double murder. Yeah? In this episode, she decides that she's going to be a good guy and just hands herself into the Jedi. We haven't seen exactly how they respond to that just yet, people. And we still don't know why Torben had a scar down his face. We don't know why he said sorry to May and then took the poison. And this episode actually ends on a cliffhanger, though. You know, the Sith-type looking Lord, that guy with the red lightsaber turns up, goes skadoosh, and all the Jedis go flying everywhere. I honestly can't wait for the next episode. Even though it's not been the greatest of Star Wars sagas and series, I actually thought it was pretty good, that episode, because it's got me sitting on the edge of my seat thinking I can't wait for the next episode. So I found it entertaining, maybe for the wrong reasons, but it's still worth a watch. Okay, it's Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I mean, cut me a bit of slack, but at the same time, I want to see how it all pans out over season 1. Then I'd give it a fair review after all of it is out. My brother recommended me this one. This is called Brian and Childs, and my brother Craig's a bit tapped, so here we go. I watched it anyway. I know, but anyway.
Oh, I'd make anything as amazing as Charles.
Oh. Yeah. So this guy, he makes a robot in his little Welsh shed and calls it Charles. He makes its body out of a washing machine and uses like a dummy's head that he found in some fly tipping sort of debris. And he builds a robot. And this robot becomes his friend. I mean, he's a bit of a loner, this guy. He plays darts on his own. He's made all sorts of other things in the past, like give it a try. It's worth a try, especially on Netflix when there's not much else on Netflix. Give it a go. Give it a bash, especially if you like the old sci-fi jaunts. Anyway, people, we're going to jump over into gaming now, people. So let's hit on up this. Now, this took me by surprise. I'm a massive Marvel vs. Capcom fan. I really like X-Men Children of the Atom, and that is inside of this ensemble of games. There's in this sort of like little bundle type deal, and there's a lot of them in here, including Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is one of my favourite Marvel vs. games. So I am a big fan of the old Street Fighter series, and some of these Marvel's crossovers have been the best. Iceman, you can hit up a 99 hit combo with him quite easy if you get somebody in the corner, somebody quite big like Sentinel. But yeah, I really like Sentinel in this as well. And Juggernaut, there's a way to unlock Juggernaut and also Akuma in Children of the Atom. But this is Marvel vs. Capcom. There's Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, where you get to play as Gambit and Rogue. But freaking great. So it doesn't say when it's coming out, but this is coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Steam. And it's definitely one I need to pick up because there's an online versus mode as well, which adds an extra depth to it. But this is more for when my friends come round. We've got a couple of pints on the go, doing a bit of karaoke. Do you fancy a bit of Street Fighter, mate? Yes, I do. I'll kick your butt. Ha! Do they know that I'm Street Fighter Master? I wouldn't say like a master of masters, but I'm good. I can handle myself. But yeah, can't wait to pick that up. I know it's not, you know, an online massive multiplayer game or anything like that, but this is just solid fun, especially if you've got a couple of friends that might want to pop on over, you know. And it's also got the Punisher in it, which looks a little bit like Final Fight. Now, I haven't actually played this one before, so at least it's got something in there I've never actually played, and I might give that a go. Might invite a mate round, grab a beer, chuck on that, and see how it is. But anyway, I'm hoping this is under 30 quids, because all of these games are seriously dated now. But yeah, should be fun, people. Should be fun, that one. Anyway, I'm just going to pop back over to me for a second while I just sort of catch up with some of the actual chat. So there you go. Let's just, I'm just going to close that screen down. In a bit, we're going to go over to Sean Murray Watch over on the Tinterwebs. But let me just catch up with the chat a bit. We got Power Yapper there. Hello there, Captain. Well, hello there, Power Yapper. We've also got Mandalorian Studs. Hopefully in the next No Man's Sky update, they'd add the ability to make your own space stations as bases, sort of similar to how freighters are in the game. Well, yeah, that's not a bad shout there. What's this one here? Become a member of the channel. Oh, you could. You could indeed. Cool, yeah. And we got this guy. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, Crazy Cam. I'm hoping for another variety update. That would be nice. Something like Origins or Next. And Leo's. Hello, Leo's. James MC. Remind me of Double Dragon. Oh, I did love Double Dragon. Heck yes. And Dutch66 agrees. There we go. Anyway, let's go do the Sean Murray Watch, shall we, people? Let's jump on over onto the old Tinterwebs. Chicka-bah! And here we are on Sean Murray's page. Now, I like to do this bit mainly for those that don't really do the old Twitter. And they can't really... Oh, jeez. I would click back. I just wanted to zoom in a bit. There we go. I just needed to click somewhere on this screen to zoom in. There we are. So Sean Murray from the 2nd of June has been quite a busy bee. It's just mainly retweets of people's images. Now, a lot of these images are with travellers with capes. I'm wondering whether we might get to see travellers with capes actually in multiplayer. Hopefully they fix that soon so we can actually see capes. That'd be nice. I know it's a small thing, but it's a thing. So scrolling up a little bit further, we've had some patches. Something that's a little bit weird at the moment is PC Experimental is a couple of versions forwards from everything else. And at the moment, if I try to join anybody using my PC save, it says that the version doesn't match. And even if I turn off PC Experimental, it says that I can't load the save file at all. So at the moment, I can't use my save file on PC to bring eggs into the event we're doing, you know, the whole light no sky thing. But some of these screenshots that Sean has been sort of teasing have been pretty darn nice and alluding to, you know, otherworldly type things. I mean, this is a beautiful base. I think that's by ER Burrows. I've done a few ER Burrows based tours. At least I think it is. Not 100% sure if it's ER Burrows or somebody else. I think it is ER Burrows. Look, it's been tagged there. But look at this base. Doesn't that look amazing? I love the use of those sort of window frames. I don't even know what that part is, to be honest. But look at that. That's freaking awesome, isn't it? I like all the use of the foliage and also the same sort of colours of the banners. It really adds a sort of sense of being. It doesn't look like it was built. It looks like it's an in-game thing. You know what I mean? Really impressive base, ER Burrows. If you're watching ER, salute to Mondo, mate. It's freaking excellent. Heck yeah. But yeah, very cool base that. Okay, scrolling up a bit more. Ray Reynolds reposted that. If you're not following Ray Reynolds, he put some awesome posts on the old Twitterverse. It's worth a follow. And look at this planet here. This is freaking epic. Look at all these trees down here, and then that looks like a crashed freighter just sort of poking over the hill. And it looks like they managed to cool their sort of freighter into low orbit. What a great picture. Freaking fantastic. The ambience of No Man's Sky. If you see the release photographs of No Man's Sky, and then you see something like this now, complete 160 or whatever, 180, whatever the number is. But it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, look at that lovely cape there. Well, that's why I'm wondering where we're going to see capes. And a monolith too. Sense of intrigue and wonder there. Then we've got another one there, sort of like all adorned and looking pretty cool in this ghost-like freighter. And then it's up to Light No Sky. I mean, Light No Fire, I should say. I keep saying Light No Sky now because it's like the event that us guys are doing. So that's the Sean Murray watch. He has been quite busy, but I don't think we're going to see anything in No Man's Sky until after the expedition ends And then we've got some decals still to go after these free fireworks. And then another free fireworks, which I think is going to be... I think we're going to see those free fireworks appearing at around July because of the whole Independence Day thing. And then I think it might go quiet in July for a little bit until they're all unlocked. And then hopefully, come early August, I think we might see the summer update, early August. And we've got the No Man's Sky meetup tail end of August. And previous year, we had Echoes come out just before the No Man's Sky meetup. I think they might try and do the same again this year. They surprised us with a cake the other year with No Man's Sky Echoes printed on the cake. So I'm wondering whether they're going to do something similar. I don't want to expect something that might not ever happen, but there we go. James MC says, Ray is awesome. Blows my mind. He really does. He's freaking great. Is Ray. Good member of the community is Ray. Now we're moving on to the strange and bizarre people. So this is something that's been doing the rounds on the internet. Is this giant sort of looking UFO type looking thing. There's actually a boat there. There's tanks out here. This is actually on Google Earth. Okay, there's a couple of pictures here. There we go. Look at that thing. And people think that it's a UFO. I hate to burst your bubble, but I've got another theory on this, people. So if we go over to Google Earth, here it is actually on Google Earth. You can get all the coordinates and stuff from over here if you really want to. But it's over in Ridgecrest, California. M84V plus 32. And if I just move this around a little bit, I mean, there's a boat right there. And you're thinking, Captain Steve, why is there a boat in the middle of the desert? Do you think that UFO might have teleported it there? I'm fairly sure that UFO has teleported it there. I'm telling you something that you're probably not going to want to hear right now, people. This is actually a naval base. You see there, it says Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake. It's a large military installation in California. And yeah, all that is, that's a down... Let me zoom in. This here is a down ramp, okay? And it's wide enough for this boat. So that boat goes down into there with a few naval officers. This thing is a very, very deep sinkhole that they've created, filled it full of water for deep diving exercises. And all this around the edge there, you can see that it's got little waves. It's got little waves. It's actually water. It's a body of water. So if I was to zoom out until we see a lake on here or something, you're going to see that it's pretty much the same sort of colorization. Look, here's a lake over here. Let me just zoom into there. Because we've got the reflection of the desert and stuff like that, you've got the same sort of like billowing sort of noise and stuff around the edges of this as well. It's just a lake. It's a man-made lake at this naval base. That's all it is. I know there's tanks there. There's all sorts of other stuff. And people have been speculating, hold on, no, it's not just a lake. It's a UFO, Steve. It really isn't. It's not a UFO. Now, if you do like the strange and bizarre, but you also like a roundup and a little bit of debunking, where as and when the debunking can be provided, I would strongly suggest checking out the WhyFiles. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so if I go and hit up, say, videos, boom. If I just hit up one of their latest ones. So this is the dark side of the moon. This is quite relevant now, considering that, you know, China has just gone and landed a UFO on the opposite side of the moon. Now, what I like about this channel is you've got Hecklefish, this little guy in the goldfish bowl. And he's actually a conspiracy theorist. That's why he's got a tinfoil hat on. But if I just unmute this just for a second, if I can just unmute that.
NASA may have lost the tapes, but we still have transcripts of radio communications. There are hours and hours of conversations between the astronauts, ground control, even the President of the United States. But here's something strange. 2 minutes of radio communications are missing. But we do have the transcripts of those minutes. And the transcripts explain why the audio is missing. The astronauts definitely saw something on the moon.
No, not enough to prove it. No one's gonna believe that. With I say that there were other spaceships. They're lined up on the other side of the crater. There they are, and they're watching us.
Oh.
Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong planted an American flag on the surface of the moon.
Okay, now what I like about the WhyFiles is they do so much research. And then at the end, that particular section, for example, they say that that transcript did not come from NASA. It came from an amateur radio enthusiast in America that managed to intercept all the signals. And while all the transcript matches what we know, there's no proof and there's no sort of there's no sort of confirmation from NASA that it's real. But you can make your own mind up, your own decision on it. It's not presented as truth all the way through the show. Towards the end of the show, he goes into a debunking session. And it's really interesting. I really like it. I really like the format of it. It's thought-provoking. It's very well done. It's very well edited. And I am a Hecklefish fan. There you go. So if you're looking for a really decent channel, I mean, he's got 3.8 million subscribers already. But yeah, jump on over, give it a watch, because I watch more YouTube now than I watch TV. And if you're the same as me, you're probably looking for a decent channel all the time. Give the WhyFiles a go. I'm hoping you will like it. Anyway, back over to me, people inside of Viewerverse. So that's pretty much everything that I have for you in today's show. I know, I don't want it to end either, but I haven't got much else I can bring to you in this little sort of nugget of section. But I am looking forward to doing the next one. I just hope that we have a really busy month when it comes to entertainment and fun stuff. To be honest, though, I haven't got much on my radar for July. If you know something that's coming up that you think should have my eye peepers on it, let me know. There are a few things that I've got in mind for the channel. I just haven't made a decision yet. One is Elden Ring, the Tree DLC and expansion. I don't know whether I want to jump back into that, though. You know, that was hard graft, complete an Elden Ring. If you haven't seen my Elden Ring playlist, hit it up. What else was I thinking of looking at? Maybe the Power World expansion. I'm hoping that one's free, so I might hit that up. Oh, hello there, Dr. Pong. Dr. Pong's in the house. If you haven't checked out Dr. Pong, she's got a great channel. She covers off like No Man's Sky and stuff. At the moment, we're doing Light No Sky inside of No Man's Sky, which is playing No Man's Sky like it's Light No Fire. So we don't use our ships, we just use mounts, and we go around the planet. Just trying to see how long it takes us to get to different waypoints, trying to catalogue everything. It's me versus Ricey versus Cynical. It's all against all. And we do put it into PvP towards the end and go around massacring each other. So if that sounds good to you, hit us up on that. But that's pretty much everything that I've got. Until next time, people, I hope you enjoyed the Captain Stu show. Until next time, cheery bye. Goodbye, goodbye. And goodbye again.